Here starts a new project. We just bought this land here. It's about an acre. We're gonna clear it out and got all these trees and try to make it as flat as possible. This here is going up. This is going down. It's gonna be kind of a mess. But we're gonna try to clear it up and build a house here with any luck. So it's we just closed on it today. Park my truck here. We just closed on it today, and we'll begin building. Well, we'll begin clearing next week. We'll see how that goes. So it is a bit of a loud area, as you may have noticed, with all the cars going by. But we're planning on putting in some privacy fence and, kind of separating the traffic from the house. I can show you guys the plans, but we're basically looking to build a house there. Basically what I did is I just searched on Realtor to see, are there any new constructions that kind of fit what I want? And that one was there. And I was like, oh, hey, that's interesting. So contacted the contractor, general contractor that, was running that. And next thing I knew, I was buying some land. So today we closed on the land, and then, I went ahead and put my deposit down to get that general contractor started. And then next week we should be breaking some ground. So I told them I just want all the trees gone, just to start out, get rid of all the trees. That way, if and when I do, actually get the house built, I don't know why I said it like that. When I get the house built, I don't want any trees possibly falling on the house. That would suck. So yeah, I was like, let's just clear it all out and not have to worry about it. So that's what we're doing. So that, and also you've seen it was quite a hill. So I told them I wanted to get it as flat as possible because I don't know what else I might want to do. Obviously I'm building a house, and I told him that I want to put up a privacy fence around the property, just to kind of like drown out the traffic and, have a little bit of privacy from all the traffic. And then from there, we don't know. Now I know what I want to do, but, when will it happen? I don't know. I don't even know the timeline. It may never happen, but I've got a whole map drawn up of things that I'd like to do. I'd like to build a detached garage. I'd like to build maybe a pool in the backyard at some point. So all this, all these things are just ideas, things that I can do at a later date. But right now the focus is getting the land cleared, building the house, and putting up the privacy fence. Those are the three things that we're doing right now. And that process starts today. So it is, it's crazy because I've never done anything like this before. So it's a different feeling. It's a different, how do you didn't even know what you're doing, you jump in and you're like, hope I'm doing it right, because I don't know. So that's why I went with the general contractor. Could I have hired enough people to build it for me? Probably could have, but I don't know. There are things that I may not know about, and then, would really suck to have to stop and start over because I forgot something, So, working with this general contractor, he's I think he said he's been a general contractor for 5 years, but he's been in construction for 11. He's got a little bit of experience of what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So, and I told him, I'm not looking to get a cheap, basic house. I'm not trying to get in it as cheap as possible. I want a nice house. I want to have something I'm really going to enjoy and keep for years, maybe forever. I don't know. And also, if I follow through with all the plans that I plan on doing on the property, I expect it to be worth about $2 million when I'm done. Now, do I need a $2 million house? No, I don't. But that's, why not? If I can, why not? So that's kind of the goal, and I'll show you guys along the way. I intend to get video of while we're clearing the land off and, you know, doing all that. That, like I say, they should start that next week sometime, so maybe 2 weeks. But I will definitely be down here kind of, you know, watching the whole process and getting some video and, you know, having some fun while doing it. So, and it'll be really fun. I think it's gonna be fun to just go back on my YouTube and watch the entire process because it's from the ground up. We're building a house. So for the rest of the video here, I'm just going to show you some stuff on my iPad to kind of give you some ideas of what we've got planned for the house and how that goes. Okay, so this is the property that I'm just purchased, and here's a picture of what the house looks like that we're building there. It'll be a little different. There are a few things. I don't like these side windows that are not a fan. I want the tall window, you know, well, not the tall windows, but where they open in the middle and not so much on the side. So we're going with a few changes here. I've also got a different door in mind than that, but this is the outline of the house, and these are covered porches here and back here. And then this over here, of course, is a 3-car garage, because why not? That's just something I like. Now, I just traced the floor plan here because I'm not crazy about showing my floor plan to the world. You know, someone wants to break into your house. If they had a floor plan, that makes it a lot easier. So, so I'm not going to share that. But this is a possible future pool that I've got up here and a hot tub. I was going to do a spillover hot tub, so, you know, it would spill over into the pool. And I only want, I honestly was starting at 6 foot max, 4 foot base. And then it would slowly go down to 5. But the more I've thought about it, the more I think that I want to do, I want to extend this patio thing. This would be about 1 foot of water. I want to extend it out to about right here and then start the stairs down. And I want to start at 4 foot on probably about this half over here and then go to 5 foot over here and just forget the 6 foot. We're not looking to do a diving board. We're not looking to, you know, you can swim in 5 foot. There's no reason why you can't. So, and then, you know, I've toyed with how I want to do, like, you know, maybe a pool house back here and an outdoor kitchen over here, just to kind of, you know, bring this whole area together to make it, yeah. But that's all down the road, maybe one day. Over here is my storage building. This is, you know, I've already got this storage building. You've seen it in my videos. The door is like over here and the big garage door here. So that's how that will sit. And then later I have potentially planned out a detached garage. It's about the same size as the garage that's on the house. I want it a little bit deeper than the one that's in the house. I think this one is only 20 foot deep. And I'm thinking maybe 25 on this one. But this is what that is supposed to look like once it is done. And that is a future project. It's not, nothing is for sure just yet. You know, I'm trying to come up with how much this whole thing is going to cost. And the house was a lot more than I had originally planned once I talked to the builder. So that puts a little bit of everything on hold. But this entire drawing is the outline of the parcel. And then over here, this outline going around the property is a fence, a privacy fence. And then I have a gate here that I intend to make it open, you know, like this. All this is subject to change, but we'll see what happens. Then I've got the gate controller here, and then I've got a rock-built mailbox for here. And it's supposed to match what the fence looks like, basically. It should be a very nice project once it's done. But that's going to be a long time from now. So we just kind of go with it and see what happens, I guess. Give me just a second and I will show you some more. All right, so just to give you a better idea of the property, this is, I marked it out as 0.88 acres. The builder told me 0.89. The realtor told me 0.87, so it's, who knows, but it's not going to be a huge difference from where we are now. The 400 foot on the bottom right here is the storage building. The 4,000 square foot is the house itself. And then the 600 square foot will be the extra garage if and when I decide to do that. And just to give you a better look, this is the garage that I was talking about that probably will happen at some point, but we don't know yet. Don't know yet when. These are just some ideas, some concepts that I came up with for, if I do a pool, obviously it would be nice to have a little water feature. I'm kind of liking this one better than I do the other one, or possibly even this one, just because it kind of fits better. But those are just ideas. I may not even do that. Those are just something to throw out there. This is the idea for the privacy fence to go around the property. Now, the little rock thing here on the side, I want to match the rock on the house. And then, obviously, the wood planks are just your privacy fence. This is kind of an idea. The rock is, I really like the rock. So this could be the base and pieces to the fence itself. And then, obviously, a gate would be ideal over the driveway. Not particularly set on this one, but it is an option. I wanted a gate kind of like this, something that I could see through. But I also want to enforce that it is a strong gate. And, a wooden gate, you could probably pretty easily run through that. So this is a good concept of the back of the house. It is not like for sure or anything. This is just a drawing. And then this is where obviously the pool would go instead of this patio. But that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like on that aspect. So this is one of the ideas that I had for the outdoor kitchen. I definitely want, a little grill and just kind of a preparation area that kind of overlooks the pool. And then this over here is actually more of a better representation of what the whole thing should look like, whereas, the pool would be off to the right in this picture, and then, off camera. And then you still have, your fireplace and you have your grill. And I'm thinking maybe just a little bigger than this, just because, I want more room underneath the covered area for, if anyone wants to hang out. And they've got plenty of chairs here. I mean, this looks pretty nice, but I'm looking for a little bit bigger on that countertop for the outdoor kitchen. So that's a really close representation of what I would like it to look like, maybe just a little bigger. So this is a concept picture of the inside of the house. Not so much of everything in this picture, but the roof, the ceiling. This is what the ceiling will look like. I think they call it a coffered ceiling. That's what was in the house plan when I bought it. And I was just like, yep, just leave it that way because that's not bad. So this is what the ceiling will look like. Nothing else in this picture is what will look like in the house. Each of these pictures, we're picking one thing. So this is, it will have a double oven and it's actually, it's a full size double oven. This right here picture that I picked, is not accurate, but basically I decided that instead of putting a microwave above the cooktop, as you see here, they have an actual vent above the cooktop. Instead of putting a microwave there, I wanted it to be able to vent to the outside. So I opted to put a vent above the cooktop, and then the double oven will be built in with the microwave on top. It's going to be a little taller than this because it's a full-size double oven, not a 1.5 like you're seeing in this picture. So didn't catch that when I took the picture there. And then this is my countertop, cabinet colors. I guess it kind of is the countertop color too, but that's a different story. This is my choice for the cabinet colors. It just looks pretty nice. I mean, it's a darker color, and I'm not crazy about a darker color, but it was the one that I liked. This is the countertop that I've chosen. It's white granite, and that's what it's going to look like. And obviously, you know, the layout and everything else is a little different, but that's the color that we're going for countertops. And apparently I did not put a picture of the hardwood floors in. So let's just jump over here. This is a dock that I've created that just kind of shows everything I've picked down to the front door. So let's put that away. Okay, thank you, Google Docs. So like this is what the front door will look like. I've just started this to kind of hand to the builder and say, all right, this is what I'm expecting you to do. These are privacy doors for the master bedroom. You know, these are the garage doors that I picked, and I had wrote here in the plan, no windows, but actually the more I think about it, I like those windows, so I'll probably keep them. But this is the idea for the garage doors. And then there's a better picture. I don't know why I pulled the other one, but there's a better picture of the double oven with the microwave on top, and then, you know, just kind of built right in like that. And then, you know, already showed you countertops, cabinets. This is just an idea for possible shower. We're doing built-in showers. They're not just like you buy them in the store and place them. They're actually being built into the house. And, so I thought, well, why not? We could do something like this. So it's a concept. Who knows? It may never make it to the final build, but it was a thought. Here are the hardwood floors that I liked. That's exactly that. They look really good. And obviously, you know, these pictures, they don't go together because white cabinets and white countertops, and, you know, so this looks great. I don't know if it's going to look good with my wood chosen countertops and all that. So we may end up changing things down the road, but for now. And then white marble for the floors in the master bath. That's what that should look like. And then all those things. So that's that. And that's basically everything I can show you about the house today. And I mean, the house is nowhere near being started yet, but when it is, I intend to grab video of the whole thing and show you guys. So let's talk about what I was looking for when I was shopping for a house. So I had picked out a really nice house, and perhaps one day I'll take you over there and get some video of it. Get some video of it. It was a 2-story, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3-car garage. It was nice. It was big and it was nice. And it was over in Asheville. And there's a couple of things about Asheville that had me thinking, is this a good idea? They've got good things. There are good things about Asheville. You know, they've got fiber optic internet. They've got the gigabit over there. You can get your natural gas fed straight to the house, so that's cool. Why is my screen off? That's interesting. Because I had the radio off. Okay, I used the screen for maps so I can see where I'm turning up here. Anyway, everything looked really nice about the house. There were some concerns about the house, though. You know, like, it's in a HOA, so there were very strict rules about what you can and can't do, and I was really not cool about that. You've seen it in my Tesla videos. I have this huge storage building for storing all of my stuff. And, you know, I've got it wired up. I have a Tesla charger mounted to it. You know, I won't need that anymore, but, you know, I use it on a daily basis. And in the HOA, they do not allow it. And that was going to be an issue. I really wanted to keep it. I've got other land I could move it to, but I won't be at that land all the time, so I can't monitor it anymore. And, you know, it was just going to be an issue. Another issue with Asheville is it's just becoming California. And I really don't have to elaborate on all that, so I'll just leave it at that. It is becoming California. And I don't really like that. I try not to go too deep into political stuff here because, I understand there's differences on either side, but yeah, no, that's not what I'm interested in. And so all these things, a lot of other little things, I just like, maybe I'll look around. And then I found this house. Well, it's not really a house, but it will be. Found this land, and the house plan is just as big as the house in Asheville, but it's 1 story, not 2. So the house itself is bigger rather than, like the floor plan itself is bigger. So that's cool, and it's cheaper. And to put it all on top, or, to make things all better, there are no restrictions on this land. I can do whatever I want. I can put my storage building if I want to. I can build a swimming pool if I want to. I can do whatever I want. That is a big deal. That is huge. I don't understand the concept of buying land and then being told you can or can't do something on it. So, yeah. So that's what we're looking at. And then, so my basic requirements were, I want at least 3 bedrooms, because I want an office. I want to do different things. I want to have, whatever. And any room on top of 3 could be great because I just have guest rooms. That's full. That's fine. So the 5-bedroom was going to work out fine because I just have 2 guest rooms. Who cares? Do I need 2 guest rooms? No, not really. So this house that I picked today, or well, I didn't pick it today. I mean, I bought it today technically, but anyway, this house that I picked is 4-bedroom, so not quite 5, but who cares? 4-bedroom, 3 bath, and it's gonna work. I mean, it's just everything that I need. I'll have 1 guest room, so that'll work, and yeah. So I'm feeling really good about it. I think it's a good idea. We've gotten to the point where the land is officially mine now, and so if I had stopped right now, I'd still own the land. So not that I'm going to. I've got huge plans for a house. Hopefully everything works out. My plans were to buy the house when I had the money. I was supposed to have the money by a certain date next year, and I was like, yep, that's going to work. I'll buy the house that day. And with the builders in Asheville, that they were cool with that. I was supposed to meet with them actually this month to go ahead and sign the paperwork, and then I don't owe anything until I take delivery of the house, which is in like March. But with this new builder, they don't do that. They don't build the house and then you pay them, which I guess is probably a good thing, because what if something happened and I couldn't pay them? You pay for it as you go. So you give them a check, they use from that check to do what they need to do, start building, framing, all that. And then when they run out of money, they ask you for another check and then continue. And if you run out of money and you can't give them a check again, then they just stop. That's the way it works. And that was perfect for me. I don't want to go in debt for anything, because if something went down, I couldn't do it. So, which brings me to my next point. To help fund the house, I am getting rid of my new Ram, the 3500. I paid $92,000 for it. That's the sticker price. I have it listed for $90,000. I will consider reasonable offers if anyone's interested. It has 700 miles on it. It is brand new. It has not been used. I've not towed anything with it. Nothing. If I don't get any offers or it doesn't sell before my Jeep comes in, I intend to trade it for the Jeep. Yes, I ordered a Jeep. I don't know if I told you that. I ordered a Jeep back in March, and I've had the money to pay for the Jeep, just sitting there waiting for the Jeep to get here. I don't know what's taking so long. But at this point, I have decided to put that money toward the house, and then I'll just trade the 3500 or sell if someone comes up and buys it, and use that money to buy the Jeep with. So I already talked to the dealer about trading it, and we're good to go on that. So, but yeah, if it sells, then cool. All right, I've rambled long enough. I figured I'd just tell you guys a little story there. I felt like it was only fair to show you guys what almost was. This is the house that I had originally picked. It's still a 3-car garage, but it's using an oversized garage door and then a regular garage door. This house was fairly bigger, and this is just a demo. Here's the living room and what it's supposed to look like. These houses are mass produced and in numbers. So your neighbors may have houses that look exactly like yours, and so I wasn't completely against that idea because I could look at these pictures and see exactly what it was supposed to look like when it's done, and I really liked that. Whereas with the new house, I don't get that luxury, but the great thing about the new house is I get to pick how I want it to look. I do everything myself, so it's all my choice. It's not, I don't have to take these color cabinets, and I don't have to do that granite countertop if I don't like it. So it was great, but it's nice now that I can customize and do how I want. For example, these doors, these 2-panel doors in pretty much every room, I like them, but I had picked a 2-panel door where the top panel kind of ovals off instead of squares off like these. And it's just something I picked and I liked. And you don't get to choose that with these. They come the way they are, and you may get to choose your colors, like your outside colors. At the top here there were 3 options. Let me just jump back up here. There's this one, which is base, and then this one's a little bit more expensive, and then this one's a lot more expensive. And obviously I wanted the rock. Really like the rock. So but yeah, that's kind of the extent of your choices. 3. These are not built-in showers, as you can see. They're they installed them there, and that's cool, but I feel like it gives it a much more premium look and feel when you're using built-in showers. That's another thing. In the house that we're building now, we had a tub just like this, and I was like, you know what? None of us are ever going to use this tub. No one's going to want that. So we opted to take this out entirely and do a huge built-in shower for this entire area. And I'm looking forward to that because the plans that they showed me are crazy. But here is the actual floor plan of the one that I was originally choosing. You still have your 3-car garage. You got your living and dining room, a family room, and that's kind of like, so the new house is a little smaller in the sense of it has a dining room and a family room, and then the breakfast nook, just like this, but it doesn't have the living room. So, and the only issue with the house that I've got right now is, they've got your family room, which looking here is 17 by 17. And that's actually, not, I thought it was bigger, honestly. But, so the issue with the current house, the one that I'm building now, the dining room has the fireplace, and the family room is a little bigger. I think it's 18 by 17. And it's the family room, but it doesn't have the fireplace. The dining room has the fireplace, and I feel like it's about as big as this. So maybe, I was planning on this house originally, and now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe these rooms aren't that much smaller. I mean, or bigger, rather. They aren't that much bigger than what I went with in the end. But then what I liked about this one is the upstairs. You've got pretty much everything. Your 5 bedrooms plus a recreational room, which I was going to put a pool table. There won't be a pool table in the new house, but in exchange for that, there will be a pool. So, you give and you take, I guess. But that is the house that I originally was going to go with. 3,400 square foot. They don't tell you how much the lot is because it is literally crammed in beside someone. I mean, it is your neighbors are on top of you. There are some give and take. This was in an HOA, obviously. It doesn't show the HOA fee on here, but I know there's an HOA. And I think it was about $400 a month, to be perfectly honest with you. And that's a little high. Yeah, you do get access to a public pool and stuff like that. But in my own house plan, I'll have a private pool where I won't have to share it with anyone. I can fence in my house and be private and no one has to come visit me. And, you know, I get more than, honestly, I think these lots were like 800 square foot land size, and that's it. Whereas now I'll have at least an acre, which I think is about 40,000 square foot, just for comparison. So yeah, I'm a little excited about that. This was the original plan. This is what I was saving to buy. It didn't work out, and that's okay because I feel like I'm doing better than I would have done here. And I don't have to have neighbors all the way around me. So that's basically the.
Just want to add that I said
overview of this new
800 square
house.
foot lot,
There'll be a lot of
and
video
I meant
coming.
8,000 square foot lot,
We know something.
which is still very small compared
as soon
to
as it starts getting
40,000
cleared,
square
they
foot,
said
so.
Friday we would meet with the landscaper, and he's going to talk to us about, you know, how we want it cleared and leveled and all that. And hopefully I'll get some video of that happening. So I really hope that I get a lot of YouTube content out of this, because I haven't been uploading much lately, and this is a lot. Like, I've been watching videos of this very thing for a while now, and it's interesting. I like watching it, so maybe others will like watching it. So, all right. Well, I've got Bjorn in the background. You can probably hear him. I'm going to watch him now and upload this video.